Hey Scorpios, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your divination forecast for the month of April. Hey guys, I know there have been some questions about, number one, why was March so short? And number two, what the heck happened to all of your videos? So I'm going to be answering that and also giving you some, some various updates since I really didn't get to do that in March. So, um, so here we go, getting started. As many people know, I was having some difficulties, kind of a rough go of it during February into early March, as most people were having, in many different ways. For me, I was going through a spiritual ascension. That's when there's a major evolution of your spiritual gifts and abilities. During that period, I had a major overload, actually two major overloads, because now I realized I can actually intuit spirit through my physical body, where before I could feel spirit through vibration and everything, and actually I still can. But during that period, I could actually receive messages from spirit inside of my physical body and actually even do automatic writing, which was something that I learned through that process, and also that now I actually do possess the skill set of a channeler. Um, but yeah, which, down the line I might work with more, but right now I'm just, getting back to basics. Because I tanked my energy two times during that period. The the first time it felt like my body was lit on fire and I had to kind of reconstruct myself out of the ashes. The second time it felt like my heart was being stabbed repeatedly with a knife. Um, yeah, so fun stuff. But anyhow, but I'm glad that I'm, out of the woods with that one now. Getting back into my usual energy and my bright and happy energy, which I know everybody enjoys far more. And I do too, obviously, because that's the most me. Um, but anyhow, like I always say to people now, I was like Phoenix from X-Men, like where she's like, I am Phoenix, and then she like sets everything on fire, and then she collapses. Like that was the level of energy surging that I was getting. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, so that was what happened there. With removing the videos, it's kind of one of those things where it was like, well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. But I'm actually glad I did it now. I got rid of two decks that, had served their purpose and no longer served me anymore. Still using all my other old decks and a lot of new decks that you're going to get to see today. Which is, I have even more than that. But yeah, so we're returning to all of that. I also had to refund a few readings during this period, and I apologize to the people who I had to do that for because it was coming up to their deadline, and during that 1 week, I was just like absolutely like incapacitated by overexerting my energy. Like I had to face a lot of my own demons and shadows and all that stuff. I mean, it seems only natural for spiritual ascension or what those two tanking periods were, I think, was like spiritual death pretty much. It was rough, guys. But anyhow, like to those people who I had to refund your readings, I'm really sorry that I had to do that, but like I believe in the ethics of what I do very strongly, and I can't give a person a reading if I know that it's not going to be of the quality that they deserve and that the message is of quality and accuracy because I rely upon energy and spirit to guide me when I'm picking the cards and all. And like if I'm channeling from too many entities during that period, which was what was happening, then like I couldn't get something clear, you know? But now obviously all of that has passed. I'm so glad. And now like even if I did do channeling, I would only do one at a time, you know? It's like don't crowd me. But anyhow, so that's all of that stuff. But if I did refund your reading someday, I would love to read for you. Now I'm back to speed, but I mean, I know that my readings are quite unlike anybody else's because I do custom spreads that I've made myself and even custom spreads for a particular question. So, you know, if you'd like to try again, then by all means, I'm back to 100%. But again, I apologize that I had to do that. It's not that I didn't want to, I just couldn't in good conscience do a reading like that when I was going haywire, pretty much, okay? But anyhow, a few more things, and then we're gonna go into the reading. And obviously, if you don't feel like listening to this, just wait for when I'm holding up the cards, and then kind of scroll around and you'll find it, okay? Birthday was March 20th. Got to spend it with my family and my brother in Colorado. So that was nice, and got to recharge. And just a fun fact. Oh, also, going into this, for those of you who have been following my channel for a while, you probably know that before I started doing this work, you know, for work, I was actually planning a comic company. And during that time, that consumed everything I did. Like, aside from working in an office, like, everything I would think about was working on that comic company. And actually now this is my full-time job, which is fabulous. But anyhow, that said, like, while I was during that period, before my partner, around our year anniversary, kind of left me high and dry, I actually had purchased some merchandise. One of which was beautiful silicone and steel bracelets that I had imported from China, from a wonderful small company that was so attentive, so detail-oriented, did everything to give me exactly what I wanted, and they absolutely did, and quality materials. So, I'm gonna offer those bracelets through my website now, and at first I was just trying to hold them off and, you know, just hopeful that one day I can just sell them for the company, but after talking to a friend, I realized with the bioelements that the bracelet includes, it actually is relevant to a spiritual basis or spiritual channel, because it's the good vibes, which was really a bonus when I got the bracelets. I just wanted them for how they look, but because they're very, very sleek. But anyhow, so I'm going to show you the colors. And coincidentally, my branding colors for the comic company, Destiny Line Comics, which I'm registered, like I have the rights to the name and everything. I'm technically a company, it's just not functioning. I did a lot of work on that, guys. The branding colors were actually prism colors, which coincidentally are the same colors as the 7 chakras. So anyhow, there are 3 different metal colors, but I'll show you all the band colors. Silver metal, black, okay, green, all right. And these designs were completely my custom design. Blue, so like the colors, the metal colors, the design, all me, baby. Gold tone metal, yellow, okay. My personal favorite, violet, all right. And orange. And there's a little bit of disparity in the colors because of the auto lighting, but I have a picture on my website, so you can actually see like legit the most clear vision of the colors, because they're very like dark and saturated. They're very mature, which I thought was also great choices in that that I made. Okay, and red. This is black metal now. Black metal. And light blue, which everybody just goes freaking crazy over in the black metal. Oh, I forgot to show this on the other ones. The bioelements are in the back. Okay, and I forget all of them, but one's far infrared ray, one's tourmaline, and then there are 2 more. And maybe I'll just put them all on my website when I'm done with these videos. But yeah, so those are the bracelets, and they will be available on my website. Link will be below. And because I'm too lazy to just get a better video program where I can just be like, hesultimage.com. But there you have it. There they are. They're fully adjustable. I have got a tiny ass wrist. It fits me. My bestie has a huge ass wrist. It fits him. So that was a big stipulation for me, that it was adjustable. And we got it. So So yeah, so they will be on my website. I'll make like an apparel section tab, and that'll be where it'll be. So it'll be separate from the personal reading section. So yeah, gotta keep them separated. All right, so, and that's how you know I'm me again, because I'm making horrible jokes. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get, oh, sorry, 2 more things and then we're on our way. And if you're getting, you know, impatient, just skip ahead. Springboarding off that thing about my comic company, if you are an artist or you know an artist of considerable talent who would be interested in collaborating with me or other artists to create a comic or a series of comics based on my writing, I'm a fantasy writer, very talented one, not to be completely conceited, which sometimes I am. um, but if you'd be interested in collaborating with me, I mean, I would gladly, you know, communicate with you. If you want to email me through YouTube, through my website, whatevs, touch base with me. I monitor all of it. I will get back to you. Yeah, cause I've got stuff just like hanging around, and I'd like to still work on this because now my intuitive work is my full-time job. So that does mean that I also have time to work on this again as well. So yeah, and obviously it wouldn't be for any compensation until we would produce an actual physical comic, at which point then we would all get compensation for that. So, and I've already done all of the logistics. It's like really, it's just a matter of getting someone to friggin' put it on paper. And I am an artist as well. I do the character design, so it's like there's a lot of help there. But anyhow, last thing, like I've been saying, I'm back to full throttle, so videos will be back to their usual length. I might bring back weeklies every once in a while. I know people miss those. They were pretty boss. I did them for all signs. And what will determine that will be if I've got a week where things are a little bit lighter, or I feel like I can handle it, or that we really need a message, then I'll just pop them up. So it's kind of luck of the draw on those, okay, guys? But I think maybe in the next week or so I might do it. I might get ahead on May. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that that might just surprise you, okay? And last thing, I do plan on reinstating those educational videos in relation to crystal meditation, maybe some philosophy videos again. Wound up taking those down. They were kind of when my camera wasn't so great anyhow. And the crystal med ones, I accidentally said the F word in the most important video, which was the prep video. So it's kind of good. I'm going to have to redo it so everybody can use it and enjoy it. All right, guys, here we go. We're set. We're getting going. All right. Okay, so Scorpios for April. Here we go. All right, overall energy for April. I love this one. Bam. Sensual awakening. Now, you don't have to assume this is in a sexual way. It could be, but when I look at sensual awakening, it's the idea of connecting to your senses and having a higher or more intimate or detailed sensual experience. So if you want to think of it that way, I would say it's more about the 5 senses, you know, touch, taste, smell, hear, see, and your 6 senses, because hello, I've got them, so obviously I subscribe to that thought. So sensual awakening could very well also be about tapping into your new perceptions, because again, like I said in February, we're entering into a new phase, I believe a 2-decade phase, where this is going to become a really big part of how people live their everyday lives. All right. Energy that surrounds you for this month. Ah, sweet. Okay, here we go. Give me a minute here. Take an inventory. The Bear. Again, brand new cards on this, guys. Then a pairing. The Gentleman. And the Locket. All right, this is energy surrounding you. Bear shows a sense of abundance, you know, being filled by things, and it's also very strong, sturdy energy. Again, the abundance is coming pretty clear, and because you already have sensual awakening, it's like you're going to be able to reap some good stuff through deeper sensation and deeper perception through your senses, okay? Like, you're going to be on in April, okay? Gentleman paired with the locket. This version of gentleman, it's about sophistication, okay? Sophistication, being poised, being contained and controlled, but in an elegant sense, okay? It's not about being cold or impersonal or strict. It's about being elevated, okay? Poised is another great word. I'm going to say that one again. Poised. The locket. Okay. This represents things that are like held inside. Seeing this paired with that idea of sophistication and poise shows me you're going to want to lock in that sense of stability with how you present yourself. Thinking the sensual awakening is going to be playing a strong role in that, okay? Because it could very well also be that if you're having new sensations or heightened sensations, that you might really need to keep yourself in a state of, again, stability, because we have the bear there too. The stability thing's really important. But I do think you're going to be able to make gains in April. But it's like in order to make those gains, you need to hold it together and show your best face, okay? Show your best angle, your best side, all right? Let's keep looking because there's a lot more here, guys. All right. Energy you're bringing. Ooh, okay. All right. This is actually really great energy, guys. It coincides perfectly with what I was telling you you would already need. Doing this first. Ring of Water. This shows protection for your feelings and emotions. What was I just saying about needing to be stable and solid and holding things together when it comes to how you present yourself? The perfect card to come with. All right? So I think Scorpios are going to be handling April fabulously. And again, like I already said this to a lot of signs, we are exiting the dark period, okay? It's time for feel good again, all right? March was already starting to feel better because it was kind of like a medic month, a healing month. If you want to speak from an RPG video game sense, it was the white mage month, right? Where it's like February into early March was the black mage period, where it's like fire, water, lightning striking us. So, you know, March towards that middle and end was more about healing, where it's like now we're speeding into better energy. But yeah, again, you have the emotional stability and protection. Perfect energy to come with. The owls and the ring are the other set, okay? The owls would have to do with wisdom gained. It's also wisdom from other people too that you can share. Share your wisdom. We've all been through a lot by now between February into March. It's important to share what you've learned because it could very well help the other person get out of their darkness. I am seeing this in so many ways right now, it's not even funny. Like, I keep seeing these things popping up where it's like, where I'm realizing that I or another person is realizing that they need to help pick the other person up because they're not out of the darkness yet and they need help. And even I needed help, and I got help from a very wonderful and, you know, important person to me now. And I'm so grateful to them. But yeah, it's like, if you already had the solution, it's kind of that idea of the airplane where the little oxygen masks come down. If your oxygen mask is already on, help the other person with their damn oxygen mask, okay? And seeing the owls there does show me that you know, that there's a sense of camaraderie when it comes to sharing your wisdom. Okay, so it's even more than just you obtaining the wisdom, but also sharing it with other people and letting them share theirs to help you. The ring is about, in this case, it's showing me the commitment. Yeah. It's showing me the commitment, again, to sharing the wisdom, okay? This is really important now. Because the fact that the ring was paired with it and showing that energy of commitment is what I'm feeling from it, that's going to be an important part of your assignment in April. Reflection. Ha 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 ha! Oh god, you guys. I knew there was a reason why I got a duplicate in this deck. Alright, here we go. Guess what? You got the freak card. I'm kidding. It's not a freak card, but here's what happened. In my deck, the manufacturer gave me 2 rings of water, and they left out clarity in this deck. The 4th card, clarity, was completely left out, and I was like, you know what? There's a very important reason why I have 2 Ring of Water cards. It's kind of an important card anyhow, especially with what I was even going through during the time. And I mean, you guys know I mix decks, so it doesn't even matter if a deck's missing a card. I've got a billion other cards that can give me that message. Especially clarity. I mean, good God. It's pretty generic, so there's some really great cards in this one, though. But, you got the 2nd Ring of Water, so it's that much more important for you this month, okay? Now it's in your reflection sector on top of the energy you're bringing. So it means that when it comes to your feelings and when it comes to your, emotional grounding, to focus on that grounding. Make it a priority. Make your feelings and the stability of those feelings and emotions be your priority in April. The other reflection set is drop into your heart and the cloak. This is the 2nd time the cloak is coming up this month. Alright. Now, drop into your heart represents getting deeper into your true feelings, exploring your heart and your feelings. It's like a journey, but it's also about a surrender, okay? So, like, you're surrendering to the journey of your own, again, your own feelings, your own sense of authenticity and truth, because this has been a big message for everybody. Oh, this is also part of the sensual awakening, by the way. When you're more connected to your heart and your authenticity, you wind up amping up your own energy and connecting to your destiny in a more successful way. The cloak is kind of the idea of a magic cloak that one puts on, but it's like it traverses a different world. Cloak is kind of about an experience of a world of magic that exists outside of us and is generated through us as well. I got a lot of buzzing with that, so I'm going to say it again. Cloak is about a magical world that is also generated from us as well. Okay, because drop into your heart was paired with it, which shows me the cloak is a part of what you can wind up tapping into more if you focus a little more. Okay? Because you've already got wisdom in you from the experiences you had to weather. And because your reflection is so much about gaining the emotional grounding, I think it's trying to prepare you for this kind of energy. And again, you are a water sign, so it's like water signs, we kind of get first dibs on intuition and like intuitive powers, and don't think it's just your sun sign. Your overall chart might have tons of water and you're a fire sun or something, you know? Like, it never hurts to look up your full chart. Cafe Astrology has an awesome free birth chart, best I've ever seen. Eventually I'll make a video about that again so people can have that resource, because that's a pretty awesome thing. Alright. I'm gonna go into action. Ha 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 ha! Alright, now I'm really getting the green lights to everything else I was just bringing in. Action is Boom. Coming together. This is showing me the culmination of the energies. This is speaking even stronger now to me, the sensual awakening. Because remember, I was just talking about that thing about that world of magic that is also generated through us as much as we live within it. Even though there's like a veil upon it that most people can't see. I think now your sign is starting to get prepared into this stuff. It's funny because February, that was the Pisces message. It was about taking advantage of this new era, new energetic shift. I think this is the Scorpio call to action now. Because this is showing me a culmination. So if you've done your learning, then you're ready to start gaining more responsibility. This might be towards your energetic abilities or intuition. This could be towards seeking your calling more. But give me a second, I want to see reaping. Ha ha ha. Alright, spiritual message. Gear up, because I was already going with it, and that's what it is. Alright, guys. Reaping is Heart of God. And what is this? Within nothing, there is everything. Could you get more Eastern in philosophy than that? Alright, guys, so here we go. Heart of God shows me it's a deep epiphany about your spiritual being and your intuition and everything like that. Gotta go back to sensual awakening, because I feel like you guys are going to be like, where is he getting that message from? It's from sensual awakening and the cloak and dropping into your heart. I feel like you're ready now to receive more responsibility about what this new era means, and now Scorpio's being like let into that next step. All right? And remember, like, don't ignore other people during this process. Even if you're just helping them with your logical mind by sharing your own experiences, it's important that you help other people this month understanding the turbulence they've gone through and helping them get back into the light, okay? Within nothing, there is everything. This is the full potential of all things. It's like this whole... Okay, I always say this when people don't understand about spirituality. Let's assume that a person is born blind. Because other people can see, we know that it is possible to see. But if a person's born blind, they don't actually know that that perception is even possible. They can perceive reality through different senses, but not through their sense of sight, which is a-okay. I mean, everybody's born exactly the way they're supposed to. It's the same way with sixth senses. Just because you don't have it right now doesn't mean it doesn't exist or that it's not possible to take advantage of it. It's the same thing as if you're wearing a blindfold and then eventually you take the blindfold off. But I know some of you are probably like, well, that's not relevant to me. I'm sorry, but it kind of is. Because again, the new era is for everybody to be learning how their intuitive abilities can better serve them and serve their lives and move them in the right directions. Sensual Awakening with all those other cards is showing me that you should make an effort to start using those abilities more, even if it's just your gut feelings and your heart feelings, okay? And again, remember, the general energy of things is about stability, keeping a brave face, being strong, being solid. So be well grounded this month, because some of the sensations you go through might freak you out. If you don't understand that, watch the intro, because you'll understand that, you know, receiving new sensations can freak you the hell out. Personal experience. So that said, I believe this will be a very, spiritual and intuitive month for you in April. There is plenty of emotional grounding, though, so I don't want you to be freaked out. I really think you'll handle it very well, and you already have wisdom in your court to help others too, as well as yourself. All right, Scorpios, and don't forget, action is coming together. See the big picture, bring all the elements together, because you should start taking advantage of whatever gifts this sensual awakening offers you, okay? All right, guys? So that said, I do personal readings. If you want one, hit the link below. Hope you do. Maybe get a Destiny Line bracelet. Just joking, but if you think it's cool, go ahead. And I will see you guys later.